Hey everybody, I'm Lex.
I'm Jordan at PDQ.com.
It is Q&A.
It is.
Well, I'm always trying to figure out, what would be a clever quip for Q&A, but I can never come up with anything.
There's none of them.
There's nothing?
There are none quips.
It's going to be PDQ and A? No.
Yeah, that won't happen with us on.
This is where we establish, are we keeping score?
Ooh.
Or are we just going to run with it?
I think we always keep score now.
Okay, give me your glass. Let me light you up so I can
I'm not letting you cheat this time.
I never cheat.
Hang on.
Keep it on your right-hand side.
You're going to make
put
it.
up my hand and cross my heart. I never cheat. My heart's over.
I can keep score over here.
Yes, please do.
Are we okay?
Because
I got it.
It's a little tougher now.
I know. I'm pulling up Notepad right now, and I got nothing else to do. So go for it.
All right, we're gonna do this. We are okay. So it's Jordan versus me versus the audience.
Or versus whoever starts.
Whoever answers,
Making a breakaway with this. Okay.
Whoever answers one gets a point. So,
all righty.
Yep.
shall we begin?
Ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready for this.
All right, let's
do
this.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, we have a number of applications we've installed manually. Is there a way to compare the application's report results in inventory against the PDQ package library in Deploy to find applications you guys already have packages created for? Sincerely, Jim R.
So, Jim, right out the gate, first of all, that report doesn't exist in Deploy. Now, that being the case, if you use a SQL browser, I have found the table where we keep the list of applications. And let me just pop this up for you. So I'm going to use here we go, SQLite browser. I've already attached to the database for Deploy. If you go under browsing data and you look for, there it is right there, library packages, after I zip past it a bunch of times, there you go. So there's the list. Now what you have to do is export that, and then export your applications, and you can do comparisons that way.
So the inventory side of the report of applications, that should be easier to grab. So you'd have to do a SQL query for Deploy to grab that list and then do a comparison against the application reports in inventory.
Now I would definitely sort it alphabetically, so you could try and do a diff, maybe. I don't know.
Well, if you put both in like in a variable in PowerShell, you can do a comparison from that way where you can just keep non-identical.
Okay.
And it will remove everything that's not there already, or vice versa, whichever way you'd rather put it.
You're going to automate that with some PowerShell.
Usually, if I can.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay, that's where you do it. That's how we'd go about it.
I'm giving each of you a point.
Shouldn't have handed that off to you.
Snaky point.
Shouldn't have handed that off.
Now you know.
Okay, guys, does PDQ Deploy work with Winget?
It does, but it takes some work.
I was going to say yes.
Yes.
To get the point. Now,
yes is correct. If
yes is correct. You want the mouse and keyboard. We actually looked this up this morning. It was interesting. Oops, I threw something on the floor.
Good.
There is, you look up Winget, and down the right side I found scripts, and I was noticing they did a lot of it with command line.
So with Winget runs with command line. To get it installed, normally they say go to the package library.
Okay.
But the problem is Winget installs per user.
Okay.
Which makes it a bit more complex with working with PDQ Deploy. But if you come to their GitHub, on the release schedule, they have this here, the MSIX bundle. Mm-hmm. So if you have that bundle, you can, with the deploy, create a package that's add dash provision or Apex provision package, and then dash online. Actually, let's do that one.
You can do it?
Let's do that one live.
I'm going to do what I do best while you're doing that.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. All right, so it's going to be PowerShell, and we want to include the MSIX bundle. Which
where did you download that?
I downloaded that earlier.
Oh, right there.
I just was showing it so they could see where it was.
Okay.
Now that we have that, it's going to be not get add dash apex bundle. Is there any? There we go.
While you're doing that, this reminds me a lot of Chocolatey, except isn't the packages there kind of open source?
Yes, it's similar to it. It's basically a repo to install software. It's all per user though.
Oh, it's by user. Okay, so that's where the rub is on this.
So, and then you're just going to call it with dot since we added that, and then we'll just do package name instead of. It'd be this full Microsoft Desktop bundler, and then you'd want to do, I believe, skip licensing. So if you deploy that into a machine, that sets it up as a provisioned package on every machine. It doesn't install instantly, but as people log in, when they log in, it will install the Winget.
Okay, so if you were going to then call and install something, you'd need to do it as the logged.
Yeah, and yeah. So if we were then going to send it over to, and I set this up on Cat Stello.
Okay.
We don't want to deploy once we want to build a package. Now that we have set up a provisioned package, Quintana has logged in. We want to create a new package. You want to set that to run as a logged on user because it is local user.
Okay.
And then it's just Winget, and we'll just do list on this one.
All right.
List, and then sometimes if they haven't accepted the store EULA, there's a flag you have to put in there. I hope I've done that. Otherwise, we'll get an error, but we'll find out here.
So you're going to send this over to Cat Stella just to test this so we get a list of packages?
Yep, and let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for
options,
condition.
Yeah, no, options.
Options?
Yeah.
Options,
All
right,
deploy,
there we go. Run as
user.
logged on user.
See, I had to educate him on how to do that, so I should be getting points.
I don't know how our products work. I mean, no, I got this.
I got this.
Inventory and then computers, and we'll just do Cat
You
Stello
can't
here.
type Cat Stella?
No, because it's not Costello. It's Cat Stello. I always seem to get it wrong. I've learned.
Good point. I can't type either.
So
I'm
now send
surprised
this
you
one-
just didn't throw that in my face.
So this one should be successful unless I have to accept the EULA every time, and I have to go look that up. It's
In this
there.
case, we
it'd
get
be
a list.
dash and then like accept something.
Okay.
Successful. So then if we come in
Look at our log. We
to
should
the output
see.
log on this one, you can see it did run Winget on that one. So you can, it's just a reminder, you're going to have to get it to install for people. I do it with the Apex Provision package. It's not instant. As they log in, it installs, and once it's installed, you have to run the package as the logged on user, and it should work for you.
That was a
That's a lot.
long answer, but I liked seeing it done.
Jordan point.
Jordan gets a point for doing all the work. Lex gets a warning for begging for a question.
Hey, at least you got some.
You can't get negative points here. We already established.
No. I didn't give you mega. I gave you a warning for
And-
begging for a point.
We may have to institute a penalty box at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a glass.
Where even if you
box.
answer it, you don't get the point. But you're right, Lex. We won't give negative points.
Thank you. I would hate to go in negative land. All right, what else we got?
All right. Hey, guys, I'd like to add some computers, but I'm concerned that they will be pulled into one of my multitude of collections. How do I prevent that from happening without having to manually add an exclusion in each collection? Sincerely, Joe, less exotic.
Okay, so first thing, as a computer is added, let's say you do an Active Directory sync into inventory. Once it hits inventory, it is going to do the scan. It is going to add those, unless you do actually put a manual exclusion. On the flip side, if you don't care, if let's say it's a machine you don't want to get in any information on, you can put it in an OU and exclude that that OU from being synced into inventory. Am I saying that right, Jordan? I am.
So
Yeah.
yeah, what this one comes down to is how long do you want it to be excluded? If you want new machines to never be added, then putting them in specific OU, but that might mess with your group policy additions.
That would also possibly mess with your, obviously your inventory.
But
not
if
just
it's a
inventory.
staging, like you have a new machine and you just want to wait until everything's set up before it shows up, having it in a staging OU that moves out after the staging process would take care of
Okay,
that. But as far
okay.
as live,
Getting it into inventory and then not having it show up.
anything with automation, you have to have some way to flag it, whether the
That is true.
location's in or some sort of, even if you did a file, you'd have to have a file scanner, so it would have to scan that before it even excluded.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be, with automation, there has to be something to designate it as that. So if it's not an OU, you have to come up with something with your image that says, in inventory, won't add this to collections until I say okay.
Yeah. So I guess the answer to that is you're going to have to do some type of intervention if you want an inventory not to show up.
Seems like a point each to me, but
I'm just never going to pass it back to you. Yeah.
That's fair. That's how you
Yeah,
win.
that's fair. So Jordan 3, Lex 2.
It's not about getting information. It's about
winning. That's right.
This is going to turn into a brawl soon. That'll be sweet. All right, guys, is variables synced between deploy and inventory going to be possible? Are they already? Sincerely, Andreas.
All right. I'm going to start because I know you're going to have the continuation answer to this, so I want part points here. Okay, so they don't natively sync between the two. Now, we have done many webcasts where we go through and show you how to actually sync those. It is all done through PowerShell. And I'm going to let you take it from here, Jordan.
Actually, that one is if they go to the webcast where we did like automating packages not in the package library, we covered it really well in that one. But basically, we have a CLI for both deploy and inventory that will update the variables. So if the variables are the same name, you could create a quick script that can update both variables
Just two
at once.
lines doing variable, yep.
But built in the product, it is not there right now. I know it's been requested for a while. I just don't know where it sits on the priority.
The thing about it is pretty easy once you understand the CLI.
Yep.
And I will add, the examples in that automating packages that aren't in the package library is excellent on that.
All right.
Points?
Point each for everyone again?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we can be fair that way. All right, Jordan 4, Lex 3.
Jordan 4, Lex 3.
All right.
I'll take it.
Here we go. Gentlemen, how do the new offices look? Are you finally settled? Marcel L.
What's a two-part question?
Lex is a remote employee, so he has no answer here.
Ow. Time out. I am here on Thursdays.
The offices are nicer and more welcoming than my home has ever been.
I was going to say, every time I get here, I always find something new. That's just like, do you know there's a moss wall here?
I do.
Okay, the thing, I knew it was here, but I'm like, do you have to water it?
Yep.
And then like, is it okay to poke it? That was the thing. I'm like, I poked it. I'm like, am I like ruining something? But
You probably have a finger disease now, but that's okay.
not from the moss wall, but no, it's great. And then, are we settled? We're never settled. Please, I always want like a nicer chair.
It's
and
like a living document, only it's a living building.
living building.
all-
I know you both want taller couches.
None
Yeah, we
points.
do. We want taller couches. There we go.
Yeah, taller
Here
couches
comes
would
that
be-
negative point.
No, nobody gets points because that wasn't a technical question. That's what I say.
But technically, we answered it.
We did technically answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with
I'm
you.
sorry.
No,
I'm going to
no.
give 1 point to everyone in the control room.
Thank you.
I like it.
Appreciate that.
This is arbitrary. I'm going to lose.
It
'cause
is
it's
very arbitrary. Very, very arbitrary.
It's weird how much we care about winning.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, that is true. You know, this is one of the few things I do care about winning is Q&A.
It's important.
It
There's
is.
literally nothing that they get from winning, guys, just so you know.
Just bragging rights.
Well, at this point, Jake has 2 cumulative points.
No.
Ever.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I just gave everyone a point in the control room, right?
see, that's a win for me.
It's a shame for
It
Chase.
is.
Chase is sitting out.
should have been in the
Chase
room.
is outside.
Yeah. Well, all right. Next
Give me a
question.
donut, Chase. Oh, you already did.
Whoa, snap. I already got it there.
All right, here we go. One of the reasons I still have WSUS is for updates and upgrades outside of cumulative updates, i.e. .NET updates or feature upgrades. Can PDQ handle those updates semi-automatically? I don't know if that's his name, Slobs, or if he's referring to our hosts.
I
but
love
there you go.
slobs.
Oh,
I love that name.
snap. I think that was a shot at us.
So
Really?
feature upgrades we currently don't do.
We can.
We can, but we
don't.
can't. We don't have an official support for it because it takes long enough to come back up that we can't verify that it was successful. As far as other upgrades in the package library, not the package, the PowerShell library, there is one that will go out and scan machines for missing updates, which I believe can find your .NET ones. And there is a flag in that one where you can, if you have a WSUS, it will look at it. If not, it will look just online. And I think with that one, you could probably handle those upgrades. But outside of using that scanner to find out what you're looking for, I don't know if we have anything.
You know, there's a great blog, and then the video or the webcast that went with that. Epic, guys.
All right.
Okay, ready for the next question / battle to
I
begin?
don't know who to give points to, though, on that one.
Then
I was
just-
going to give it to just Jordan, but
But then yeah. See, this is where it gets difficult.
then Lex chimed in.
I know.
If
yeah.
you're going to give it to both of them, though, you may as well just do
I might as well just not give anyone any points, right?
Right.
I like
Because
how
they
this
mean nothing.
debate just rages on
JJ,
for
you
nothing.
JJ, you should take the leftover points like that.
Okay, so if we
it'll
both
take
get the
Time out.
points, a random person gets the point instead.
I can't give myself points, but
like
Kelly
it.
can.
Let's
Kelly
give
can
it to
nominate.
Dan Martin. I just saw his name on there. Dan, there you go. Point for
Point
you,
for Dan.
buddy.
All right,
Point for Dan.
All right.
It's the worst game show ever.
Next question.
Yeah, it's whose line? But
Hey
worse.
guys, any interesting support cases to share? Marcel L.
They don't allow me in their area.
I've got a fun one, and this comes from customer I've known for a very, very long time, very dear friend, and he has my cell, and he called me up. He's like, "Hey, I've got to get this done before Monday," and it was Friday night, and I'm like, "Well, what do you mean you got to get it done? Just schedule it." And he goes, "I have. It's not going out." And I was at dinner. I'm like, "Okay, how about let me finish dinner? I'll check in." So I get back to the house, log in, check his machine, and he had a expiration date in his schedule he forgot about. So it expired and hadn't been running for 2 weeks. And I'm like, "Well, that's your problem right there, man."
There you go.
He's like, "And I interrupted your dinner for that?" I'm like, "Yeah, you owe me dinner." But yeah, no, that's, for the most part, none of them are, they're all great. I've never had bad support questions. That one was just kind of funny because it was a friend and
So I went up to Solutions and they chased me away with my own bat.
with the hug bat.
The hug bat, yeah.
I just think they wanted to hug you.
I'm not welcome up there. So I have no examples.
I got no good stories.
I had an interesting
That is a point for Lex.
Yep.
Congratulations, Lex.
Thank you.
support
Finally.
question. Jordan came up to me and he was like, "Why do you never support me?" And that was about,
And then Jake was like, "You know the answer."
Emotional support. I don't even.
yeah. All right, here we go.
See what he did
Want
there?
someone to
Support.
respect
Yeah,
okay.
that was- boo. Yeah, I deserve a boo.
Hey guys, is there a chance of having enablement packages for the newer versions of Windows? The fabulous Timothy M.
Enablement?
Well,
I'm a little bit.
so basically, I think this is kind of the feature upgrades. So going from.
Oh,
1809.
okay, jumping.
Yeah. So we kind of covered this briefly in a previous question. It's our product can do it, but the amount of reboots and downtime is that we have a timeout and we don't catch that it has completed successfully. So it will potentially finish, but it will never report back to us that it was successful, which is why we don't have anything in there as like an official.
Yeah, we don't want to give you bad data, guys. That's just. But understanding that when you get one of those, it's easy enough to go into inventory and see that something's jumped from 1909 to
On the next scan,
2004
yeah.
kind of thing. But
And there's in our forums, there's a lot of people that have got it to work. I imagine, and I can't, this is no guarantee, but if there was an agent, that would be able to reconnect and do all that for you, like for the downtime. So it's theoretically possible in the future when the agent version. But that's.
you went there. You went there. All right.
I guarantee that it might possibly perhaps do the thing that you maybe want.
Maybe.
If I want to give points for any of it.
I was going to say, isn't it negative? That is a reason for negative.
No, it's not
points,
negative,
I think.
but both of those answers were.
Yeah.
Well, I like what Bulldog.
I'll give it to Jordan.
Bulldog
I'll give it
Whoa,
says
whoa! Give it to Jordan.
So, enablement
Enablement package.
update that allows you to have access
Yeah.
to feature updates.
Oh,
Oh. I did not even know that. So
I don't know how that works. We'd have to take a look.
yeah.
I say Bulldog gets the point.
Yeah,
I agree.
Bulldog is
Bulldog.
well,
you get
Bulldog
the
asked
point,
the
man.
question. I don't think
He
anyone
also
gets
gets
the
a
point.
point.
On that.
Who let the dog out?
Oh no, he did. He
No.
did answer it. I'm sorry. I thought he was asking as a question.
Yeah.
All right, Bulldog. Congrats.
So you're
Add
saying
it to the
there's a
tally.
chance.
I like Dumb and Dumber. You saying there's a chance?
Bro, you didn't
Should I
even
include
need
these
to
as
add.
just audience,
No, give that
or
to
should
Bulldog.
I give points to each? Because I've got one for Dan. I've got one for Bulldog. All right, you guys get them.
Oh,
So we're-
and Zach just chimed in. I believe he works in packaging. He's testing that today.
Oh, nice.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So per the packaging department in there,
I guess
potentially.
we'll find out today.
Now, here's a question for the audience. Would you like all your points to combine together to beat Jordan and Lex, or would you like your own points?
That's what I would do if I were you guys, because you have a better chance together.
Whose team are you on?
There's no
No
audience
one's.
team.
I just want a good. I want a good show. That's all.
You want a good show? Well, you,
I think
you
we're
start.
having
You got to start with like a good building block, good foundation, and you got us. So I don't know about that.
Oh, that's a good point.
A man of sales now. Oh, he left packaging.
I didn't know him.
I can't keep up
Congrats
with
on
it.
your-
There's too much change.
Welcome to it.
I love change.
Where's that Austin guy? He's pretty cool and handsome.
I have a
Oh, wow.
sneaking suspicion that's Austin.
Austin's pumping his own handsomeness. I
Well,
like
he did just say Austin right above it.
it. We better take a question. We're
Yeah, it's getting rough.
getting railed here.
You are. All right, gentlemen, is there a quick way to schedule a reboot on the fly, like an inventory, right-click over computer, reboot, not now, but at 8 p.m.? Sincerely, Fede.
Oh, right. Not now, but at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Not to schedule it. I mean, unless you wait till 8 p.m. But all right. So you did mention right click on a computer. Let's go find one. Let's see. What computer are you using, Kelly?
No.
All right. So we'll do Daffy Duck. Right click, and you would go here to tools and reboot, remote, reboot. I guess you got to read reboot. That's how you do it. Now, countdown timer, I guess. Let's see. 8 o'clock is how many seconds from now? You could try and do it that way. To be honest, scheduling it, I would just, again, build a package. Scheduling is pretty easy, man.
Yeah, in Deploy, there's a step that's automatically can click on for reboot.
Yep,
And
then
just have it
schedule
scheduled for 8 o'clock. You just have to point it to the collection that you want to reboot to make sure you only get those machines.
But, let's say it's 6 o'clock and you wanted to reboot it at 7, 60 minutes, 60 seconds, 3,600 seconds. Go ahead and do the timer. I don't know. But I would schedule it using Deploy, guys.
All right, Lex Point.
Lex Point.
Why is there a question mark at the end of that? It should be definite Lex Point.
They're stunned when you get something right.
Is
You
that
heard
what
me.
it is? Lex Point?
I mean, I could just not advocate for you at all.
Jake, I love you, man.
Love you too, Lex. Always.
Look, Jake's your support animal.
Support animal. All right.
Wow, everybody gets insulted today.
Just means
It's like a spirit animal, but
that's
different.
right. You can take him on planes now.
Yep.
And pet him.
Yikes.
Okay, now it's getting creepy. Gentlemen, is there a non-registry method of blocking Windows 11 upgrades using PDQ Deploy? Sincerely, Keith K.
So I haven't looked into blocking Windows 11. I always just figured that would be something that would be group policy based. So outside of doing the registry, I don't know a way to do that other than, I guess, maybe disabling one of the features that required, but that seems rather extreme.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Again, right tool for the right job. Group policy. If you're not going to do that, registry.
And even group policy is just going to give you a setting that's actually just going to change the registry.
Pretty much,
I
yeah.
guess. So I can't think of anything outside of the registry change.
All
What
right,
he
Marcel
said.
gets the point.
Yeah.
Using registry target version is the only way.
Okay.
That was a much better
So what's
answer than
the,
we gave.
We got general area.
So
combined
point
audience.
wise, well, combined audience is 3. If we're
Okay.
doing individual,
For gain and
Dan
audience.
has 1, Bulldog has 1, and Marcel has 1.
All right.
Jordan has 4, Lex has 5.
TPM.
Do with that what you will.
But you have to do that from BIOS?
I think I do that in the registry. All right. Tim McCabe said disable your TPM, and that just made me laugh, guys. So, anyway.
All right, let's continue.
Okay. Is there a way for inventory to detect CVE application vulnerabilities and then deploy those fixes via deploy? Sincerely, retired TV anchorman Dan Rather.
Dan, I'm a long-time watcher, new-time fan.
I love that he's
long-time
tuning into
fan.
PDQ A.
Something right. I don't know.
So when we have like a big 0 day,
Yeah.
we build collections based around that specific thing. But as far as built in, I don't know if deploy does anything by default to find that.
I don't know. I do know in the past, on these big ones, if there's a way that we can registry fix those and that kind of thing, we are, our goal is to make your lives easier. So we will make those packages and put them out there for you to use. But
Yeah, if it's a specific, like if it's a Windows one, you can, if it's at the latest update,
yeah,
you can check for the KB. If it's non-Windows, you're going to have to create a custom collection that looks for what version you want. And there's just no default way to do that where we don't know where the threat's coming from or for which application.
you're pandering for points there, weren't you?
But I answered it first and last.
If the answer doesn't have a
Yeah, there's
solid, firm answer, do we give points?
I would say no points because
There's no answer really.
You
That's
can
kinda where I was
build- there's
leaning
no way to
toward.
automate that I know of.
You could probably build a PowerShell scanner that checks them because they want to go from inventory
Now
and
JJ's
then follow
pandering
up
for
and
points.
deploy. I'm not. I'll stick with 0.
So with the Dakota had a thing where there's like a scanner that would go through and find out how vulnerable you are to someone taking over your environment, and then a separate issue that would go through and simulate basically malware taking over.
Yeah.
But that's only going to tell you which machines are vulnerable to like a big malware event,
specific
not,
event,
not
yeah.
for an application.
Yeah, I'm not going to give points for this.
Yeah, no points.
No, let's give it to Alvarez. Is it Friday? I can't even say that.
You just want to be beat by the audience, don't you?
That one he was for the last question before that.
Did he?
But,
It was.
I just
locked
saw the
in as
name
well.
and I thought that guy should have some points.
Well, if he had answered it, sure.
He has asked a
Nobody
question.
answered it.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Next one up for bids. With the get available Windows updates PowerShell scanner, is there a way to have PDQ install the updates it finds? Sincerely, Dan Mather.
Mather, it's Dan Rather's
It's
mother.
cousin.
There is the whole PowerShell commandlet built around installing certain KBs. So you could run the scan, get the list, and then do like a run it against that to install for each one that was found. Or if you wanted to modify it, you could have just instead of sending the list back to us, run the install for each returned KB. It would require modifying either that scanner or having something separate that goes in and looks at the scan results. But PowerShell can do installs.
If I was going to do it, I'd do it in one step. Go find what's out there and then go ahead and install it.
The issue with that one is you are modifying the PowerShell scanner. So if we update that scanner, it could overwrite that or cause other issues. So it's
I would just do a straight up deploy package that does that.
Deploy package
and
that-
just do it straight in deploy, not from the scanner. Just deploy.
so
Now
deploy, so,
again, inventory. You're going to report on it. Deploy. I just want to fix it.
yeah. So yeah, I mean that's what PowerShell does do it. It's
Yeah.
just where you want to put it, whether in that script or independently where you use the results of the script, it can then do the install.
That's a good point.
Point for Jordan.
Point for Jordan.
PowerPoint.
PowerShell point. Okay. Ready?
That is a jip. I'm just going to go jip on that. All right.
No, it's not because he explicitly said the answer is PowerShell.
Is that all I had to say?
And then explain.
answer is
No,
PowerShell
because
gets
then
me
he explained
points?
why it was
Oh.
PowerShell. So you have to do
I'm
both.
doomed.
You have to say the answer is blank and why it's also blank.
I'm just doomed. PowerShell. I'm just going to start everything. The answer is PowerShell.
But form the answer in the form of a question, something like that.
What is the question?
Yes. Gentlemen, will Windows feature updates ever be in the package library? Thank you, Billy Z.
Let's see. I think possibly, maybe possibly. Again, it's going to boil down to, I'd imagine, a couple of things. One, the ability to return you good data, right? Kind of like we discussed. And then I guess I guess what's involved in making that happen. But I'm dancing, huh?
As it is, no, because
As it is now, no,
we've gone
because
a couple
of-
of times
yes.
where we can't get the results back. We're not going to have a package that goes out and potentially installs something maybe.
Good luck. Yeah.
So as our project is now, no. In the future, I think very likely it's one of the most requested things we have. And once we get the capability, I can't imagine us ignoring it.
Yeah, that is a good point. But I could do it with PowerShell.
Nice try.
Now I get the point.
Nice try.
No one gets points for that one.
There's no points.
Grasping at straws. Gentlemen, what are the chances of adding a logoff option in inventory similar to the reboot shutdown options currently available? Thank you, Timothy M.
The option to log off, so you want to right click Daffy Duck and log someone off. Custom tool.
It might be possible with a custom tool.
I'm trying to think of the PowerShell or the command line to do that.
Well, I mean, technically, where we can run things as the logged on user, it should be possible. I just don't know what the command. I've never messed with the log off script.
Okay, so you find the command line, build a custom tool, assign it Control Alt B for bye bye. I don't know. And then you can do it that way. So,
Jordan, life is an open book test if you want to look it up.
do I want to look it up? Should I look it up? Do we have time for me to look it up?
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have time? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know how many questions
Okay.
we have left.
Go ahead.
CLI.
Is that a quote or did you just make that up? Life is
You
an open
misspelled
book
PowerShell
test.
to start that.
I did not make that up. I don't know where I heard it from. I probably heard it
Look
years
at that.
ago.
It's in the chat. They get shutdown -L.
I like it though.
Is it L or
Our audience
capital
gets
L?
the points.
Audience gets that
I'm going to
point.
give the point to Nick, unless that's an I.
Oh, is that
Maybe I
is
give
it
the
a
No, it's a
capital L?
lowercase L.
Nick. all right.
So -L logs off the current user. So yeah.
All right. So this is how you do it. I'm going to work hard to get this point that you earned.
You're-
Tools.
We're just going to showcase their point. We're
Yeah,
not.
custom tools.
That's fine.
New tool.
I'm going to group the audience points, by the way.
Yep.
Are you? All right.
That's
Here's
the
my
best
new
way.
tool. We'll call it buy.
This is the way.
And then command is shut down
Audience, you are 2 behind.
minus L.
You could
Jordan
still
and Lex are
win.
tied.
Do I need to keep that window open or
You
should
could.
I close that?
I don't. Where it's logging off, I don't think it matters, but we
Close on
absolutely do
completion.
want to make sure it runs as
And-
logged on user.
And it needs to run as.
I think that's up top the run type.
Oh, thank you. Logged on user.
Nope.
Nope, it's remote.
Maybe.
And run as logged on user.
Yeah.
There you go. I guess if you do it locally, it would log you off.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to run that.
That would be a
locally.
bad day. So, all right, there you go. Boom. I'd save it, but I don't. Yeah, there we go. Should we save that and use
No,
it later?
let's not. We would. We would.
Let's
We'll
not.
test it. We'll test it on JJ's machine. All right, there you
I'm
go.
not on the
Saved.
VPN, so
Oh, well, never mind.
safe.
He's on the Florida network.
He's on the Florida network. All right, there you go. There's
the
your
Disney
custom tool.
network.
What else we got?
All right.
Yeah.
You want a point tally or you want to?
Oh yeah, I
wanna,
want. No, give me
well,
the point. Give me the
okay.
point already.
You want the point?
No. You're not getting a point. I'm asking if you want the numbers.
Oh yeah. Okay. What's the numbers? I'm not getting a
Jordan
point for
has
that.
5. Lex has 5.
Oh yeah.
Audience has. Audience has 4.
We got a tight race today, everybody.
You're one audience. You are 1 behind. You're 2 more, and you're ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing. There are currently 2 questions left.
Ooh.
So this is going to be tight.
So it's anyone's game right now.
That's right.
Fourth quarter.
Here we go. Is there a global find and replace for a variable in inventory? Thank you, Paul J.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking variables like right here variables, options variables, that kind of variable.
Yeah. So if you're using the CLI, there's a CLI to list all the variables you have, but that gives you the name of the variable, not necessarily the value within it.
That's a good point. No.
So I can't think of a way. I mean, you could update all variables, but as far as knowing what's in there and changing that, I can't think of a way to do that.
So I opened an elevated command prompt, typed in PDQ inventory. There's a list of everything. And where is update custom variable is right there. Again, like Jordan said, I don't know that.
Yeah, so the CLI can get you the list of it, and it can help you update it, but I don't know how to fine-tune it to do an automatic replace based on other information off the top of my
You'd
head.
have to script that
Yeah.
and then call it after the fact.
All right.
The judges say,
That's it? There's not more?
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Like how
I
Marcel
I
finally
really
comes
want to give that to Lex
yes.
because his answer is technically correct. You have to script it, but
Time out. Why
yeah.
won't you
All right, Lex
You
gets
have
the
to
point.
technically correct me. Just give me the point.
So in the chat where
yeah,
Marcel
you can
says
have
there's
it,
a
you can
log
have
off
it.
step in deploy.
There it is.
I'll be honest, I didn't know that.
What?
Is that new?
We've made a
Time
video.
out. Here we go. There's a log off step.
Let's show
Boy,
the
did
screen.
we
here.
waste time.
Oh, my.
Well, again, we wanted an inventory way to do it. Hang on. Let me add a step here.
Now it's confirmed. The audience
Log off.
definitely gets
Boom.
that point.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I
Look
say-
at
I have never used that step.
I've never found a reason to use it.
When did that get added?
It's there.
Marcel for the win.
This is not our product. I think the audience gets a second
He's like, yeah,
point.
you guys added that like in 2015. What are you
Yeah,
talking
okay.
about?
Yeah, we get a second point for the audience.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to
Hey,
say, we've made a
have you-
video on that.
Have you ever used that step?
Nope. But I don't
Wait.
do a lot of system administration. I do a lot of lab work.
Okay.
You guys have used it because Jake has said we've made a video
No,
about
I
it.
remember
has.
making the video. I remember
But you've
making
never
the
used it in
video
the
now,
wild.
but it's like, other than making the video, I either log people off or I shut down machines, reboot machines, or just do it in the background and then, nuke the whole thing after the fact. Because, come on, full contact IT is my MO, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's boy, that is embarrassing for us.
Yeah.
If Shane was watching, he'd be like, I added that. I made that request years and years ago. What's going on? Why are you answering the correct question correctly?
But we did do it with inventory as the question requested.
Yes, we did. All right,
Let's do the
I
last
have-
question so we
Tim,
can
I wanna
get
hear the- I
One
wanna
more
hear the
question, two
point-
more questions.
Hang on, because there's one that I'm adding.
just wanna-
I want to hear the point total because I know I'm ahead right now, so I can.
You've got
655.
No,
in
654.
your.
Oh, I thought they got a second point because they pointed out.
No,
that
they did not get a second point.
This is to
You
you,
get one
in your
point.
face
I just
and
confirmed
audience.
their point.
Okay. Ready? Two
Almost.
questions
Done gloating.
left.
I'm
Two
gonna lose my
questions
point
left.
now. Oh, great.
Right. 2 left. Here we
All
go.
right.
Is there a PowerShell script to detect PDQ deploy packages that have alert for server cannot find file? EUSA C.
So our products don't keep a history. So if you did a deploy and got that error, it would be in that table as long as you didn't try to deploy anything else.
Now, that's what he would do. For the point, I'd go in here, and you could actually run a report on deployments and look for those specific errors.
And here I was looking at SQL.
Boom.
It's way more complex.
So check this out, right? Let's see. We just sent some of the cat Stello, right? So you can go in here and you can look at deployments. If I actually clicked on it under deployments, right? And then
We
you
did
could,
not size that window.
boom.
That's fine.
So you can take a look. Here's your, errors right here, command script. Let's expand that. And you could go search for that in a report. That's where I would go.
So that's not necessarily the last case. It's just if it shows up in the deployments.
Well, you could build a collection off that and then
And be
obviously work
constantly
with that.
updating.
So,
Okay.
yeah. It's a two-part process. Find what you need, then fix it, right?
That's way better than doing a SQL query against the database.
I would agree. I would agree.
Lex is really trying to win this one.
Yeah, he is.
I really am.
Yeah.
He's putting in the effort.
Well, you can.
Can I
You can have it.
in your face on Jordan on this one too?
Well,
the
I'm
first
just
time for
excited
everything.
to see you put in an effort on something.
I put in an effort on every pour. You got to admit, on every pour.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
We got
not
the
on my
last question?
face; it's in the glass. Okay, last question.
Final question.
Final question of the day: Who can
I
win?
mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. Lex already won.
Who can win an arm wrestle for $20?
Lex.
Vanille Stein.
I will say
I'm
this.
going with Hanks.
I will say this. I am left-handed, and I would still lose if I got to use left-hand arm wrestle.
I
I am a very weak person.
would say probably me.
Yeah.
Unless
I would say Austin. Wink.
Have you seen Lex's arms?
Give us the gun show, Lex. Come on.
Take us to the gun show
my
just a little.
agent says I have to get paid every time I flex. So what's it worth to you?
The people
Austin wants
want
to
it.
See it.
The people want it, Lex.
They want it.
Give them what they want.
All right, that's going to be our show today, everybody. So,
Jordan
let's
with
go ahead and wrap it up.
6? No, 5.
5.
So what was the score again? I want to make sure.
Lex, you have 7.
Oh.
Audience has 4.
So I
Bulldog
have
says
more than Jordan, and I have more than the audience.
You have 2 more than Jordan.
So Bulldog says I get the point for admitting I'd lose the arm wrestle first.
There is no points for. Yeah, that may be true.
Okay, you can have that one. You still
lose.
Okay,
But you lose by 1.
you are now
Can
at you are
somebody
now
play
at 6
I am
points.
the champion, so I can just walk around victory.
Nope,
It's
but
so
you,
rare, guys. I gotta bask in it when it happens. So
You do. That's fine.
all right.
We'll see you all next
Camera 2.
month
2.
for PDQ and A. Yeah.
We are now speaking
speaking
to the audience. Hello.
well,
Thank you for tuning in.
guys, thank you. It was fun. I appreciate it, and we'll catch y'all later.
Yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to bump that number up.
That would be nice.
All right, for PDQ.com, I'm Jordan.
I'm Lex.
Thanks for joining our webcast today. Congratulations, Dan M. and Keith K., winners of PDQ swag. Send us your info at webcast@pdq.com. Thanks for joining us, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you back here next time.